Hello and welcome. Well, in today's video, it's already that time. It's already for the next monthly favorites and fails. So we're getting into September. And so I'm going to show you all the products and how I feel about them that I've tried and used throughout probably the last couple of months. Some of the things I still just needed some more time to get through to give full thoughts. So, but yeah, if you like that kind of content, make sure you stay tuned. Hello and welcome. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're returning, truly appreciate your continued love and support. In today's video, we're going over the monthly favorites and fails. This would be for August, so we're heading into September. Can't believe it's already fall time, but yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, turn on all notifications. Otherwise, we're just gonna get right into the video and talk about the monthly favorites and fails. All right, I've got some good products here. So I've been trying, it's just a constant flow of stuff. So some stuff I know I've talked about, but I just wanted to give further thoughts, like, more updated review on those and tell you what I think as I've been trying them more. So I'm just gonna kind of randomly go here. I have two products here, like powders. These are both pressed powders. I have the Essence 16 Hour Cover and Last. I have mine in two shades. Actually, I have Bright Beige and I have Natural Suede. So I really thought Bright Beige was going to be way too light, but it is actually what I'm wearing today. And I think with, as my skin kind of gets back to normal paleness, it looks a lot lighter in here than it actually transfers to on the skin. So, and it's actually really nice. I think they're like $5.99 maybe, but it has a mirror on the back there, has a little puff, which I have used it because I have used this kind of on the go or to touch up, but I usually use my own little puff that I have that, but yeah, works well. And then this one is a little bit darker shade, so when I was a little bit more tan, it was working well, and I could still make it work, but I was surprised. I thought this one would be way too light, but it's actually working well. Now, one that I'm not as crazy about, I think the Essence is better, but is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh. I finally tried their powder foundation. It is okay, but I definitely feel this one makes me look more powdery as the other one. This one's really smooth and creamy, and I don't get that really powdery look. This Pretty Fresh one, number one, I think the color might be a little bit too dark. This is light 8. I probably should have gone with light 6, but I was afraid it'd be too light. So the color range of both of these was really hard to figure out, but I definitely prefer the Essence over this Colourpop Pretty Fresh. I mean, I can make this work, but it definitely has that more powdery look to it, so you can tell there's something on there. So again, so it's not horrible, but it's kind of in the middle, and the Essence is a favorite. I do really like it. All right, talked about these a little bit more recently too, but I really like these. The Sephora Pocket Palettes, I've shown them all, so if you want to see certain swatches, that kind of thing, I've shown them in other videos. But I have 4 of them here. I have Golden Hour and Warm Dusk, which are really nice for this time of the year for fall. And then I have Noonlight and First Lights, which are a little bit more cool toned, which I really like. Those are probably my 2 favorite, but these are really pretty too. But I'm really impressed with their mattes are very easy to use. The metallics and satins are very smooth. They don't emphasize any texture. They last a long time. I'm really impressed with these, and for $10, and I got them on sale, but for $10, I think they're well worth it. Highly recommend. These are definitely a favorite of mine. So another favorite of mine are these little Benefit, the new blushes they came out with. I've been really enjoying these. Probably my least favorite of the ones I have is Peachin, because again, it's just a really light one for my skin tone. It doesn't really show up much, but these other ones, this Krista one is really bright and pretty, a beautiful pop of color, especially for summertime. Terra, I think is going to be great for the fall. It has that nice brick red, dark, I can't explain it, but really pretty. And then Shellie is a nice one too, just an everyday peachy pink. Really like that. I also have PomPom, which is one of my favorites, but it's a pomegranate rose, I think they call it. But I have that one in the full size, and I've really enjoyed those. So I'm definitely glad they came out with some new colors, some new shades. I needed to. It was time. Another thing I'm nah about, it's kind of in the middle, is this Item Beauty Hey Hi Halo. I have found a way to make this work. On its own though, it's really nothing special, but I'm not really as big into liquid highlights anyways, because again, like I've explained before, I feel like once I put on all my other products that it really just fades away, and I end up having to put like a, if I'm gonna do highlight, I feel like I end up putting a powder highlight over top anyways, so it's really almost like pointless. But the way I have made this work is I take a liquid blush, mix this in with it, and then give that liquid blush just a nice radiance. So I think it works really, really well that way, but I'm not all that impressed with it on its own. So, but I mean, it's not a horrible product. And the one I got is in the shade Electric, just a heads up. And here, I'll just kind of show you just to show what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not bad, but again, I don't think it's any better than any of the other ones I have. And yeah, it gives some radiance, but like I said, I really, really like mixing it with a blush though. That's my favorite way to use it. Another favorite here is the Colourpop Play It Cool palette. I keep wanting to say Play It Cool, but I love these tones for this time of year, and I'm telling you, these palettes, I like all three of them, but it has the one cream shade, which I haven't really used a lot. I don't know why, I just forget about it or don't think about it until it's too late and I've already applied on my powders, and I'm like, shoot, forgot there's a cream in there. But these metallics, satin metallic shades are so pretty. They're so nice, and their mattes in here are really good quality. So I really like these palettes, and I think for the amount of money, and they're always running a special, so I've always got some kind of sale going on. So I'd wait, pick them up when they're doing one of their sales, but I recommend it. I really like it. So. And then some other things I picked up during that time, or maybe a little bit before, after, I can't remember exactly, but the last few weeks, I got another quad from them. This is the Gata Agate, and this is one that I think Laura May Beauty made me buy, but I really, really like it. I've used it a few times now. I've used it in combination like with other palettes, and these mattes are really, really pretty. Love the tone of this, and these metallics are so, so pretty. I think this one is, I think it's this one, has a little bit of a shift to it. It's so pretty. I was really impressed. They're very, very smooth on the eyes. They have great lasting power. And I think I got it for like $4. So I'm like, psh, you got me. I'm sold. So some of the other things I got from there that I really, really have been enjoying too. Their Super Shock formula is just great. I love it. But I've got some of their blushes. This is a Tinkerbell Darling one. Really, really pretty. I can't wait for fall to really be able to use this when, some of those other palettes that in transitioning from summer to fall, I have my recommended eyeshadow palettes, like the ones that get me excited for this time of the year. So, but check that out. I'll link it if I can, if it's depending on what video goes first. So, and then I have a couple of the other blushes here. This one's at First Blush. This one's really pretty for this time of the year right now. It has a nice sheen to it, that kind of like cool pink color. It's really, really pretty. Another one that's really pretty, Sounds Great. And another Laura May Beauty made me buy, but that sheen in there, it gives a beautiful radiance without being glittery. So, so pretty. Another one here, actually these are highlights. So I have two highlighters. I have Felicity, which is probably my least favorite, just because it's got glitter in it. I didn't pay attention to that, or when I was getting it online, but again, it was on sale. It's not horrible, but again, it definitely does have some glitter. So I might be able to find another way to use it, maybe on the eyelid or whatever, but I'm not a huge fan of the glitter. And then I have the Tinkerbell Happy Thoughts highlighter, which is the one that Laura May Beauty talked me into buying as well. It is really pretty, I do have to say. I mean, I love Laura May Beauty. I think she has great taste. We have a lot of similar tastes in makeup, so I feel confident when she recommends something. So I'm always eager to try what she recommends. So yeah, so definitely, there you are. All right, then BK Beauty, I think I just forgot to ever really talk about these and give my thoughts on them, but the lipsticks that she came out with, really, really pretty. I actually do like this formula. It feels very, very nice and moisturizing on the lips. It doesn't have a whole lot of lasting power, but it is still a favorite. I really do like the formula. They're very, very comfortable to wear. I like the colors, the tones, so I do recommend these. I really like BK Beauty. One that's kind of in the meh category for me is this new Urban Decay. Might just be the color. Maybe I just need to wait and see if they come out with more colors, but I couldn't really find a color that just really looked like what I would want. But when I put it on, it just seemed to emphasize every line and all the texture on my lips. It was kind of goopy and just looked weird. I mean, it felt comfortable at first, but then like after about 10-15 minutes, really started to dry down and got kind of that sticky feeling. But it just looked really like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but unless you really want your lips to like really stick out and like in not a good way. Yeah, it's not horrible, but it's definitely not a favorite. So, but again, if they come out with another color that I like more, that's just more forgiving or more, you know, of a tone I like, I might. But the one I have is in Safe Word, and it's kind of that like it was the most neutral I could find, but it's kind of that like, I don't know, it looks kind of like a beigey pink color when I put it on there, but when I put it on my lips, it's like so pigmented that it really just like makes the lips not look cute. So I don't know. I'm still gonna work with it and see what I can figure out, but a few times I've worn it so far, I just don't care for the way it looks. So I don't know, we'll see, but it's okay, not my favorite. I have a Milani Keep It Full Max lip gloss. This one, Lip Plumper, it definitely plumps. I mean, I do really like it, so, but I mean, it's definitely one you will feel the plumping effect. So if you're really sensitive to that plumping sensation and don't like it, it definitely gives that like cinnamon type, you know, plumping effect, but it does work. I mean, I definitely feel like my lips look nice and plump and full. I like the color. I do have the shade Little Secret, which is kind of like, I think, a pink nude. That seems to what I tend to go towards. So, but I really do like it. It's definitely a favorite of mine. I've got this lip gloss or lip stain, I think it is, from e.l.f. At first, I didn't know how I felt about it because I don't think I really understood the concept or what, you know, how to like get best use out of it. But once I figured it out, it actually is nice to give just like a little wash of color. So apparently you like, you know, put it on, let it sit for a little bit, kind of wipe it away. I don't want to say necessarily wipe it away, but like even as it goes away, it just leaves like a nice little stain to your lips. So yeah, so I actually really do like it for just this little light, and it's not real like goopy or nasty feeling or like, you know, where it gives that line inside your lips or anything like that. It's comfortable. So I've enjoyed it. So I would say it's a favorite, and for like what, $5-6 I think it is. It's a nice option. I like it. Definite favorite is Roen Beauty. Oh, you know, I already love their quads, their eyeshadow quads, but this is the lip gloss in Charlie, or lip oil, I can't remember if it's lip gloss, lip oil. But anyways, it is one that Laura May Beauty recommended as well. It is so comfortable. I love the color. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So I recommend Roen Beauty if you get a chance to try them. I wish they were still at Sephora. They were briefly, or at least were at one point, but they no longer are sold at Sephora, but I really do wish they were. So I would definitely get more of their products if it was more convenient and they were there. So a definite favorite, love these, are the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blushes. I have Isla del Sol, which is a beautiful kind of peachy, orangey coral color, bright, but when it goes on the cheeks, it's just so pretty, such a pretty color. More muted colors I have here are Bermuda. Just a nice everyday color. Love this one, it's so, so pretty. And then Maui, which is definitely the lightest and, you know, most mute of all of them I have, but it's still a pretty everyday color. But those are so nice. I love those. I definitely like them more than the original Putty blushes. I wasn't a fan of those. I don't know why, but I just didn't care for them. They were okay. I didn't hate them, but definitely weren't like a favorite. But these are definitely a favorite. Definitely love this, and I think I got another one actually on the way, so we'll see. Can't remember, but definitely a favorite. I have some lip pencils here. Just quickly go over these. I have the LA Girl Shockwave ones. I have Rosewood. I have Mauve. I have kind of a darker one here, Chai Latte, and I have the one that I use the most is Sandstorm. Really, really like those. Very, very creamy, comfortable to wear, have decent lasting power for being creamy. Just really, really nice. And for the price, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sold, definitely sold. Then I have some that I already knew I liked, but I accidentally got the same colors, didn't realize it. But the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner. So if you like more of a pencil liner, and these you do have to sharpen, but if you like a less creamy formula, these ones are really, really nice. And I got these on sale for like $1.50 each. But the new shade I got, most of them are repeats, but the new shade I got is Chocolate. Really, really like that. Those are really, really nice. And those definitely have better staying power than the other ones, but again, not as creamy, so depending on what you like. Another one that I've been really pleased with is Essence. I talked about the one in, I think it was Boss or something if I remember correctly, but it was a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. I have another one here called Legendary. which is more of a neutral, actually it still looks a little bit more pinky. I thought it would be, online it describes it more of a neutral, but it's definitely a color that I like. I wear that kind of color a lot, and I really like these for like $2.99, $3.99, whatever they cost. Really, really highly recommend those. Another one that I really like is Rare Beauty. This is the color Wise, so like a little bit darker, but I got this one for like fall time with my darker lip colors, but really like this formula. Like the lipstick as well. So Rare Beauty, they did really good with these. I really like those. But again, I would say if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, not an exact dupe, but I mean, you could definitely find similar, you know, similarities between the two and save a lot of money. So, so yeah, just depends on your preference. This Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint. I have mine in 110 Pink. Really like this. As far as an under eye brightening, a tiny bit goes a long way. I mean, it's full impact. But I found a little bit, you know, a little bit of that, and it definitely corrects some of that purple blue discoloration under the eyes. And then I don't even need as much concealer. So I'm highly impressed with this. I really like it. So definitely recommend that. Definitely a favorite. All right, another favorite here is Dominique Cosmetics, the cream blush. I have mine in Natural Rose, yeah. Really, really pretty. This blush has a nice emollient texture to it. It's very comfortable, very, very pretty. Really like the color. It gives that nice radiance. Perfect for a like no makeup day for sure. But I think it even works well, you know, with makeup on a, you know, like a regular makeup day as well. But that would be perfect for that type of situation though. But it's really, really pretty. I really like it. On the contrary though, kind of in the meh, you know, middle category, her Transition palette. I've tried using this a few times. I don't know. I think the lighter shades are okay, but when I start getting to these darker shades, they've been patchy, they've been a little bit harder to work with. I've really had to build them up. They don't blend quite as easily. I mean, I can get better, you know, blending from this Ulta Beauty palette or from my LA Girl palette. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just on the fence with this. It's kind of in the meh category. Not the worst I've ever worked with, but definitely not my favorite formula. But yeah, like I did say, a couple of my favorites though, and I can't remember if I mentioned these before either, like in favorites, but the LA Girl Sun Kissed Glow, I'm definitely still highly impressed with that. And it is in my summer to fall favorites, you know, eyeshadow palette inspiration, you know, so I will link that video as well, but check that out and get some summer to fall palette inspiration for this time of the year. Yeah, so check it out. And then the Pro Neutrals palette by LA Girl, definitely, and this is in that video too. But yeah, those are definitely favorites. So I couldn't remember if I'd given like, you know, my full thoughts on those, but love them. So highly recommend. All right, Ulta Beauty, their Everyday Faves palette. I was truly surprised by this. I know Jessica Braun had talked about this being one of her favorite palettes, and I have to say, it is really nice. I was definitely impressed. So definitely a favorite for the month. And then I'm still trying out the blushing one that's similar to this, so I can't give my thoughts on that, but that'll probably be in next roundup, so next month's favorites and fails. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to make sure I covered everything. Some other lipsticks, the L'Oreal, the New Impertinent color is okay. It's not bad. But these are definitely a little bit, they're not as like pigmented, a little bit more sheer, definitely nice and creamy, you know, nice satin. So nice. But this one I do like. It's called Toasted Almond. But this and the Fairest Nude one in this same formula are like my two favorite colors. I really like this. This is definitely a nice one, will work really well for me for fall. So definitely favorites. And I think lastly what I need to talk about, I have some foundations I wanted to update you on. So I know I talked about this one, but the She Glam, the Skinfinite Hydrating Foundation. This is not my favorite of the month, but definitely still a good foundation. I think some of it might be the colors a little bit warm toned for me, a little bit too yellow golden, you know, but I can make it work. Not a bad foundation at all, especially for $9 from She Glam. I would recommend it. I think you can't go wrong with it. I have Lancome Tint Idole, the Ultra Wear Care and Glow Foundation. Mine is in 305N. Now this one is a favorite. I do really like this one. The color is working okay for me right now. I think there'll become a point where it's going to be a little bit too dark. you know, once I totally lose my tan. But oh man, this one is just so nice. It sits so well. It's so lightweight. Love this one. It's a beautiful foundation. One of my favorites for sure. Definitely at the top there with my other favorites. Another one that I was really surprised, and I think it was Stephanie Marie is the one who got me to even try this, Ulta Beauty's Complexion Crush Medium Coverage Foundation. This one I have in light to medium neutral. Which might end up being a little bit too dark too as I get a little less tan, but it's working okay for me now. But I was really surprised. It's nice and creamy too, has a nice texture to it, very lightweight. It has a decent lasting power. I would say you could definitely get a good 8 hours out of this, you know, good wear. By the time I check it in the morning, you know, after I've done a 12-hour shift, I mean, it's faded away some, but I mean, you know, no foundation can hold up to wearing a mask for 12 hours. I don't care what anybody says. So, but it has a nice radiance to it. It has a nice coverage to it. I would definitely say it's medium, maybe even medium full. As you build it up, it builds up pretty nicely too. But yeah, it just has a really nice radiance to it. It just looks really nice on the skin. So those two I'm really, really impressed with. And actually looking at them side by side, Ulta's definitely has even more radiance. I'd say that's even more radiant, but otherwise still kind of similar. Yeah, so, and then the last one as far as foundation itself that I wanted to talk about is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow. I did get a new shade, so this one is 5. Because the other one I had was definitely getting to be too dark. Like, I like the undertones of it and everything, but it's definitely too dark. So this one's a little bit light. I think it'll work for winter time though, when I do like fully lose my tan. But I really, really like this foundation. It is really nice, lightweight. It sits down nicely, gives some radiance, but it's not like as radiant. So there's that one, there's the Ulta, and then there's the Lancome. So this one is the least radiant, I would say. Lancome being next, and then Ulta being the most radiant. But they're all really pretty. I really like all 3 of these foundations. So for different reasons, but I think the ambient one from Hourglass is probably the most long wearing for me. Just the way it sets down, it feels nice and like, you know, kind of loses that tackiness as it sits, as where like the Ulta one's still a little bit tacky. Even the Lancome is still a little bit tacky, but the Hourglass one definitely sets down the best. For like more long wear. So I would say that it probably is the most long wear out of all 3 of those, but I really like it. And then, of course, everybody's talking about the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and I did get the lightest shade, which just arrived. I haven't even opened the box yet, but it was arriving today. Just because these other shades are definitely dark. These ones definitely run dark. But this one here is, I think, the darkest shade that I have. Yeah, it's number 3 light medium. So that's definitely the darkest. But yeah, I do like it. I have found it is not for every foundation. It definitely, oh, that's what I forgot to bring in here. I have been trying out the RMS. I'll put a picture of it in here though, the Re-Evolve foundation, the new one. Mine is in shade 22.5. That one is in the meh category for me. I'm still tweaking, kind of figuring out my final thoughts on it, so that's why it's not really in this video, because I'm still not 100% sure. But it does not work, and let me know if you've tried it, if you've tried that foundation and your thoughts. But the e.l.f. does not work underneath it. I've tried 3 different times, I think now, with this underneath, thinking, well, maybe it was something else. Maybe it was the powder, maybe it was my skincare for the day. I mean, you know, just thinking it had to be something. Every time I wear this e.l.f. underneath, I feel like I see every bit of texture, every fine line. I mean, it just emphasizes, it looks cakey. You can tell I have foundation on. I do not like that combination. e.l.f. and RMS do not work together for me as far as I'm concerned. So, but I'm still tweaking it to see if I can make it work other ways, see if it works okay without it. I mean, it looks better without it, but it still, I feel like, shows a lot of texture, the RMS. So I'm still kind of on the fence for that. And yeah, just the fact the shade range is so blah too, so sad. It doesn't make me want to recommend it to anybody really anyways. But stay tuned, and that should be in next month's roundup when I have further thoughts on it. But yeah, I think that's everything I want to talk about today. I think that's enough. Let me know your thoughts of these products down below. Do you have any of these? Do you want to try any of these now? Let me know. Otherwise, if you enjoy this content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Turn on all notifications. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Bye! Alright, I'm on this video. That's all I can do. That's all I got left of me. Hello and welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much. If you're, wait, let's see, I'm gonna call these out of here because I haven't tried it enough. That out of here. I haven't tried that. Noon Light, yeah, recommended eyeshadow palettes, like the ones that, you know, have, get me excited for this time of the year. All right, what else do I need to talk about? Pink, red, you know, let's see, that's too new. I think I already talked about that. This new Impertinent. Oh, why is it always by like the third, fourth, fifth video that I finally start to feel like I get a flow, I get a little bit more energy, like it makes more sense. Like I'm not struggling by the last video. I don't know what it is, but it like takes me a while to warm up. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got for you. So I don't know what time it is now, but I'm gonna try to enjoy a little bit of the day here. I'm here by myself and I would like to have some chill time to myself. So, but yeah, see you next time. Bye.